Hey, good morning, guys. It is 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning as I get ready for work. Yep, 18 years and I'm still working weekends. Just beautiful. I'm here to go over part 2 about the U.S. economy. There he goes again. Talking about the economy. Yep, that's all he talks about. You don't understand. The economy in the U.S., I just woke up not too long ago, so my voice is a little off. The U.S. economy is what is the glue holding all of this together. Once the U.S. economy goes, everything goes. And to be honest with you, I still have no idea who is feeding this thing. As I see every day the Dow Jones coming up and up and up. Who's feeding this thing? Because the U.S. economy is not fine. True Value this week declared bankruptcy. TGI Fridays is closing a lot of stores across the U.S. and across the U.K. Disney has laid off thousands of corporate jobs. Disney. Folks, everything is not fine, which is why I am touching on this article. 10 signs that the economy is a giant mess as the election approaches. Now, Harris had a bad week last week, and Trump is climbing in the polls. I'm still not comfortable with him winning. They still have some cards up their sleeves. They still have a game plan. They will not allow that man back in office, even if they have to cheat to get Harris in. 10 signs the economy is a giant mess. The health of the economy has been a major determining factor in many past presidential elections. It's the biggest factor in this one. Most people agree that Trump, they say in polls, is the best person to handle the economy. And the health of the economy is certainly going to have an enormous influence on the outcome of the upcoming presidential election. In fact, according to a poll that was released by Rasmussen, the economy is the number one issue by a wide margin of voters in the ultra-important swing state of Pennsylvania. Boy, I tell you, Pennsylvania is a big state in this upcoming election. Trump won Pennsylvania in 2016. He didn't in 2020. So it's all pointing to Pennsylvania. It's all pointing to a lot of these swing states. Go vote, people. Go vote. All right. Unfortunately for the Democrats, most Americans are not pleased with how the economy is performing. And it appears that conditions are now taking another turn for the worse. You think? The following are 10 signs that the economy is a giant mess as the election approaches. Number 1, Are you listening? You got your coffee, you got your tea, you got your Dr. Pepper, you got your energy drink. Number one, the number of Americans filing first-time claims for unemployment benefits just hit the highest level in a year, and I have the hiccups. Let me take another drink. The number of people filing for unemployment for the first time was at its highest levels in more than a year, partly due to storm damage and labor stoppage. Initial claims for the week ending October the 5th came in at 2,058, or 258,000 rather, up 33,000 from last week's level of 225,000, and the highest since it hit the same level in August of 2023, data from Labor Department shows. But hey, everything's fine. Number two, according to Primica's latest Financial Security Monitor report, the percentage of middle-income households that rate their personal financial situation negatively, I can't read this morning, it's early, has hit the highest level they have ever recorded. I'm middle class, well, borderline low class. There's low class and there's high class. There is no middle class. Thanks, Biden. Thanks, Joe Biden. A lot of us middle class have trouble paying bills. Their paychecks disappear 2 hours after they get paid. We get paid every Friday, but I bank at a credit union, so my paycheck goes in Wednesday, and by Wednesday evening, my paycheck is gone. Groceries? Phew, I wish I knew what groceries were. Okay. Primica's latest Financial Security Monitor report for the third quarter found 55% in middle-income households now rate their personal financial situation negative. I'm one of them. A 6-point jump from previous survey. Still quoting, for the first time in a year, a majority of middle-income households are feeling negative, about their personal finances, said Glenn Williams, CEO of Primica. In fact, the latest report represents the highest negative rating we've seen since we began fielding the survey exactly 4 years ago. Wasn't it 4 years ago that Biden became president? And they started filming this 4 years ago? Yes, I am. Number 3. Keeps getting better, guys. Drink another swig of coffee. All right. Number 3, I am old enough to remember a time in this country when you were set for life if you had $1 million. Well, $1 million lasts now? It might last you a year. Unfortunately, thanks to our endless cost of living, and now it costs $4.4 million to live the American dream over the course of a lifetime. Do I need to go back to playing the lottery? I haven't bought a lottery ticket in 10 years. Lord, come get us. You can live the American dream, but it will cost you. The lifetime tab for such aspirations as owning a home, driving new cars, raising kids, I'm getting depressed already, and taking annual vacations. What's a vacation? Seriously, what's a vacation? Is that actually getting in the car, packing some luggage, and leaving the state? I don't know what a vacation is. I know what a staycation is. I don't know what a vacation is. Continuing. Taking vacation comes to a cool $4.4 million, according to Investopedia, the financial media site. Should I continue, or are you depressed already? Have you turned off this video? I would have. I don't listen to this. There he goes again, talking about the economy. Again, the U.S. economy is the glue holding the world economy in place. Once the U.S. economy falls, everything falls. Number 4, the company that produces more French fries than anyone else in North America. Are you listening to this? Buckle up, guys. No more McDonald's French fries. The company that produces more French fries than anyone else in North America is cutting production and laying off workers due to dramatic slowdown in consumer demand. What? No more French fries? I like mustard and French fries. Yeah, I use mustard on my French fries instead of ketchup. You gonna turn off the video now? I hate ketchup. Ketchup is a food ruiner. My wife went out and got cooked a burger last night. She put ketchup on my burger. I ate it, but I wasn't happy. Anyways. All right. Lamb Weston, the largest production of French fries in North America and a major supplier to fast food chains, restaurant, and grocery stores, is closing a production plant in Washington State. There's your problem right there. Washington State. I wouldn't go visit that cesspool state. The company announced last week that it would lay off nearly 400 employees, or 4% of its workforce, and temporarily cut production lines in response to slowly customer demand. What? I wonder why. Nobody can afford to go out anymore. Are you still with me? Are you still with me? Number 5, we're halfway there. It gets worse, folks. Buckle up. Number 5, at one time, Boeing. There you go, Boeing. Boy, if I had to get on a Boeing airplane, I wouldn't. I'd walk before I got on a Boeing. I tell you, I'd walk 300 miles before I got on the Boeing plane. At one time, Boeing was flying high, but now it has decided to lay off approximately 10% of its entire workforce. That makes me laugh. Hey, you think Boeing's bad now? They're laying off 10% of its workforce. The CEO of Boeing told employees late Friday that the company plans to cut 10% of its total staff over the coming months. Don't you get on a Boeing airplane? No way. Our businesses is in a difficult position, you think? Like doors flying off in mid-flight, windows flying off in mid-flight. Difficult position. Oh. Our business is in a difficult position. It's hard to overstate the challenges we face together, said Kelly Ortberg, who started as CEO of the troubled aircraft maker 2 months ago and has been dealing with the strike by 33,000 hourly workers for half his time on the job. Continuing. It gets better. Number 6, the banking industry continues to deeply struggle. So far this year, hold on. There you go. Had a dog who wanted back in the bedroom. The banking industry continues to deeply struggle. So far this year, banks in the United States have permanently shut down over 7,000 local branches. There's a bank here in town. I don't know how they're still open. There's never any cars there except the cars for the bank tellers that work there. It's empty. There's never any cars there. How they are still open is beyond me. U.S. banks closed more than 700 branches in the first 9 months of the year, forcing thousands to travel further to access vital services. Bank of America closing most locations of any bank, shuttering 132 between January and September. My car loans through Bank of America. Boy, I pray every day that my deed is in the bank, is in the mail. We shut down, here's your deed to your car. Anyways, that's a dream. Number 7. After 75 years, here, I just mentioned this at the beginning of this video. After 75 years, True Value has forced to file bankruptcy and will be selling substantially all of its operations to a rival. Have you ever gone to a hardware store with your dad? Say, I want to go. I'm just going to a hardware store, son. I want to go. And for 3 hours, he picked up every bolt, every screw. It's a miserable experience, yet I always remember going to a hardware store with my dad. True Value, actually. It was just outside of town. True Value. Good memories. Going to the hardware store with your dad. Loads of fun. True Value, a 75-year-old hardware store brand, has filed for bankruptcy and is selling substantially all of its operations to a rival, the company announced Monday. In a press release, True Value said it will continue day-to-day operations by selling hardware and other homeware tools to its 4,500 independently operated locations during the Chapter 11 process, which includes $153 million stalking horse bid from rival Do It Best. Never heard of Do It Best. Number 8. We're almost there, guys. Hang on. Number 8. Home Depot apparently believes that rough times are ahead because they are dumping millions of square feet of warehouse space. It's not a good sign, folks. Is Home Depot next? Home Depot is hastily exiting warehouse space to the tune of 3.2 million square feet in a month, according to Bisnow. Number 10, last point. Number 10. At this point, things are so bad. I just mentioned this too. At this point, things are so bad that even Disney is laying off workers. They should. After that Oculite series, I watched one episode and was so disgusted. I told a friend of mine who I was piggybacking with that he can take his Disney service elsewhere. I didn't want it anymore. According to sources cited by Deadline, Disney is pushing ahead with new layoffs as a part of a broader cost-saving initiative. About 300 employees across Disney's corporate offices, have impacted this week. Folks, the good news is with all of this, we're going home soon. We are going home soon. Is it still this year? Yeah, that's the Feast of Trumpets and the Feast of whatever, I can't think this morning. Those feasts are gone. I'm telling you, could the rapture happen this winter? Absolutely. Hopefully before Christmas, because I'm financially strapped. My son wants a bicycle for Christmas. You know, he's 14 years old and you don't know how to ride a bicycle. Is that weird to you? Anyways, guys, hang tight, guys. This is a weird video. It was early. I'm not quite all awake yet. I need to trim this thing. And guys, we're going home soon. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ now. It's your only way out of this mess. If you haven't believed in Jesus yet, or you're still on the fence, trust in Him today. It's imperative, because I think once we are in the tribulation and the church is gone, it's going to be that more difficult to be a Christian. You can get saved during the tribulation, but it will cost you your life. So it is now 6:30. So I will turn this off, drink my coffee, go to work, be miserable for the rest of the day. God bless. Love you guys.